Welcome, here I've got Honor 7S and I'm gonna show you the top tricks of its camera. So let's start by tapping on the camera button to open it, and for now we are in the standard photo mode. Let's start by tapping anywhere at the screen of the camera, like that. As you can see, we get access to this kind of ring. This is the focusing ring, so we can focus anywhere we need at our picture. And this is connected with this small sun icon from the right. Here, when we tap on the sun a little bit longer, we get access to some extra slider with the exposure compensation. So we can manage the light of our picture. As you can see, by going up we can make our photo much brighter. By going down we can make it much darker. So this is how it works here. Now let me show you how to use zoom. We can do it by using two fingers like that and get closer to the subject and also go back. For now let's move to this settings bar. Let me start from the left corner. Here we can manage the flash of this camera. We can turn it on the auto so the camera recognizes when it's needed, when it's too dark. We can also turn it on every time we take a picture. And here we have also access to the torch, so the fill light. Also, now let's turn this off and let's move to this button at the center. Here we can add some filter to our picture so we can make our photo just much beautiful before we take it. And as you can see, we get access to the slider here at the bottom of the camera, and this is how it works and looks like. Now let's stay on the original one and let's just slide to the left. As you can see, here we have the modes of this camera. So we have the standard photo, which is now beauty, video, HDR and panoramic. So I suggest you to making experiments with that and just have a good fun. You can also go to the right corner to this I letter and read some short information from the device about all of these modes. Now let's go back to the camera, and here let's just simply slide to the right. As you can see, we get access to some advanced camera settings. Let's start with the general settings. At the first place here we have the resolution of the picture. So when we tap on it, we can change the quality with size and aspect ratio of the photo. So of course I suggest you to keep this on the best possible quality, which is 13 megapixels with 4:3 aspect ratio now. But let's change this now to 1:1 ratio with 10 megapixels. And in the camera preview we can see that this is the square one camera frame. Let's slide again, pick the resolution and change this to 18:9 ratio with 9 megapixels. In the camera preview we can see that this is the full camera aspect ratio. And of course we can easily go back to 4:3 or pick 4:3 with the lower quality 8 megapixels. So let's stay on 13. And let's move to the GPS tag option here, so it allows us to save the information about the place where we take a picture in the details about it. By using this button we can of course turn it off and turn it on again, but we have to allow to use location service to our camera, so enable. And now let me keep this turned on. Also, here the important information is that to make it work correctly, when we want to save the actual location of our photo, we have to be connected with the internet, for example the Wi-Fi, and we have to turn on the location of this device. So remember about these two parameters to save the actual location. So now let me turn it on all of the settings. Let's go back to the camera to take a picture. And let's move now here to the left corner at the bottom to this button. When we tap on it, we get quick access to the gallery. So this is my picture. To check its location, we have to go to the right corner to this I letter icon. And here we have some details about it. When we slide down, we can see the full address. So greetings from Krakow, Poland. And let's go back now to the camera. Let's slide again to the advanced camera settings and move to the capture settings. At the first place here we have the assistive grid option. So when we pick this, we can add 4 types of grid lines to our camera. For example, let me show you the grid. When we go back to the camera, we can see that we have these lines in the preview. This is useful, for example, when we want to use the rule of thirds in photography or making experiments with composition. let's slide again to the settings, pick once again assistive grid, and let me show you maybe Fibonacci spiral with left side. In the camera preview we can see that this is how they look like now, and remember that these lines are not visible at the real picture, so when I take a photo, and again when I go to the gallery here to the left corner, we can see them, so these lines are only to help us taking better pictures. And of course when we don't need this or want to pick another one, let's just slide again, pick assistive grid. For now let me keep this turned off, but you can play with that and have fun. Now let's move to the mute. Here by tapping on this button we can turn on and turn off the camera sounds like that, as you need. And the next one thing I want to show is the camera timer. When we tap on this, we can pick the delay of taking picture from 2, 5 or 10 seconds. For now let me pick 5 seconds to show you how it works. Let's go back to the camera and take another picture. And here we have the countdown. The picture was taken now with 5 seconds of delay. So let's slide down to the settings once again and turn off the camera timer and move to the audio control. When we tap on it we can turn it on, and this option allows us to take a picture without touching the screen by saying some keywords like say cheese to take photos, or take photos when your voice reaches a certain decibel level. So let me stay on say cheese and let's go back to the camera to see how it works. And now let me say cheese. And as you can see the picture was taken, so this is how it works. Let's slide again to the settings and let's move to touch to capture option. By tapping on this button we can turn it on and off, and this is also a really cool thing because when we have this turned on we can take a picture anywhere at the screen we like, so by just one tap we can do it and it takes a picture and we don't need use to the shutter now. Now let's slide down and let's pick this option, touch and hold shutter button. When we tap on it we can decide what our shutter do when we touch it a little bit longer, from burst shot and focus. Let me stay on the burst shot because this is really cool option, because when we have this, when we tap on this button a little bit longer, we can get the series of pictures, so we have many pictures at the same time. And now let's slide down and pick the volume button function. Here we can manage it. The volume buttons at this device are here in the standard usage. With the device they allow us to control the volume, but with the camera we can pick from shutter and zoom. Let me pick shutter to show you how it works. Let's go back to the camera and now let me try to tap on it. And as you can see now, by using the volume buttons I can easily take a picture. So let's just slide once again to the right to the settings and let's just simply slide down a little bit. Here we have also a cool option, white balance, so we can adjust the temperature of our picture and pick from this kind of lights, and it depends from the light we have where we take a picture. So we can pick the incandescent light. In the camera preview it looks like that, so this is more blue light. And also here we can pick the daylight, fluorescent light and the cloudy light. So let me show you maybe the cloudy. As you can see, this is how it works here. And now let's stay on the auto white balance. Let's move to the ISO. Here we can control the camera's sensitivity to light. We can make it less sensitive or more sensitive, from 100 to 100 and 1600. So this is really wide spectrum like on this camera. And this is some advanced light managing. Let's stay on the auto. And here we have some image adjustment option also, so we can get some correction to our picture with saturation, contrast and brightness. So by using this sliders we can do it like that as we need. And after managing all of the settings, sometimes we want to go back to auto settings. We can do it by using this option, restore defaults. When we tap on it, all of this goes back to auto and we can start using this from the beginning. And that's all, thanks for watching, subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.